So it would appear I've held onto this idea for a bit too long without actually doing anything. Everyone's making a mech game nowadays. I've also wanted to make one for like 4 years now, and I have some ideas that I think are cool, but I'm also very unoriginal, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. So, how would I go about making this game? Hello, I'm some nobody on the internet that has a big idea and minimal talent to execute it, and this is my first attempt at creating some kind of devlog on a video game. So, my idea for this game has essentially come about because of a design philosophy I have where I see something, I think it's cool, and then I say, I want to do that. That's about as far as it really goes before I start operating entirely on vibes alone. The starting idea came to me while I was playing Mech's Machina, and I was messing around with the fact that you can play as a human outside the mech. And so my first thought was, hey, why don't more mech games do this? After that I was playing through its exploration missions with it kind of forcing you into this Pokemon mystery dungeon-esque thing where there's corridors and then rooms. It's better if I just show you the actual footage of it right now. But I came across this special heat room, and what that does is that it disables your ability to fly, since you can just fly infinitely in that game, and suddenly now you're in a platforming segment. So then I think, hey, why isn't there a platforming mech game? And that's the base of the idea. Oh yeah, there's also this one extra mission where you can play as one of the giant bosses that you fight, and that was the next instance of an, I'm stealing that idea. So that's the first 3 bits in play. After that I tried playing Elden Ring for a few months after its release and thought, yeah, it's okay at best. Dark Souls games have never really appealed to me. But the main point of when I started having fun was when I found out about the seamless co-op mod. And that suddenly turned the game from kind of just okay to really fun, frankly. It was like it's like some kind of focused sandbox or something. So that caused my next bit of idea, where it's like, hey, why aren't there more games you can go through the majority of it, which is a single group of friends, like a full shared story content kind of thing. And then the last big building block was when I was playing through some old Transformers games, the ones that you need to pirate since they aren't actually available to purchase anymore. Basically, anytime there was a chance to transform in and out, I'd do that. And there was just something really satisfying about being able to change the gameplay on a dime like that, and bam, third idea. Hey, why don't I do something where the mech's movement style can be changed on a dime? Of course, I know about Armored Core's leg types and all, but I don't think that kind of thing is going to work in a platforming environment, since those leg types that change how you move and all, they're all or nothing. If you don't have the ones with 4 legs, you can't hover, but you also can't jump like the ones with 2 legs, and tanks completely change it up, and you get the idea. That kind of thing wouldn't be conducive to a good platformer. In essence, my idea is to have a mech game like Mech's Machina, but with a focus on platforming, really continuous multiplayer like that seamless co-op mod, movement options that you find in a Transformers game, and the creative weapon selection of Custom Robo. And, to top it all off, some kind of game mode where you can play as the bosses. As far as the mech designs themselves go, that hasn't really been decided just yet. It'll sort of depend on how the transforming systems and how many ways they'll move. It depends on all that. I'm going to be building designs around the animation and then kind of go from there, but so far the general idea I kind of have is it's like a combination between Armored Core and Custom Robo looks, but with the general blockiness that you find in a lot of the early Transformers. And as far as how it looks, that's a good question. Really, this is another take it as it comes thing, but you did notice that the big planetary disc in the intro, that big red thing, that's going to be a consistent through line through every map. You're going to be able to see it every time you can see a sky. And that's about all I've got so far, unfortunately. But if you want to somehow support this idea, there's a Patreon link in the description. Not many benefits yet, I'll be adding more as time goes on, probably something to do with the game itself. I'll figure something out. And there's also a Discord server, free to join, and that's going to be where I generally post a lot of updates outside of these devlogs. thank you for your time, and see you in the next episode of this absolute mess.